Da da da. Disinfect your surroundings. Da 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 da. Disinfect them.
Wait, how does the corn do it? How does corn do it? Like,
how does? Thank you for coming to my music recital, Jordan.
Yeah. Thank you for having me here.
I've been washing my hands a lot, and
I know. I washed my
hey.
hands because my dog came up and like licked me in the face. And usually we wrestle, and I was like, I had like a little panic attack because I went to bed, and I was like, oh fuck, I need to put soap in my mouth. So like I went and like I did it, and I ran to the bathroom. And I put soap on my mouth, and then I like left it for like a good.
Wait,
5
Jordan,
seconds.
do you hear that?
Yeah.
There's people here listening.
No,
to
they're
us.
not.
They're here.
Some people can't handle change.
Some people can't handle the truth.
Did you see that? There was this. I was watching fucking this movie. You wouldn't understand it because it's Ninja Turtles, but like there was a reference in the movie because like one of the it was basically in this version to explain it to the audience out there. There are 2 sets of turtles,
audience.
technically 4, and one of them is the original 1987 set, which is more goofy and lighthearted, and the 2003 is more serious. And in the goofy 1987 series, they always broke the 4th wall. So like there's this part, they like there's 3 parts in the fucking movie where the 80s turtles are like they're like talking to the villains, and the villains are all serious because they're the edgy villains, and then they're just like, some people just can't handle change. Am I right? And they look over at the screen, and then the villain's like walking like, what the fuck are you talking to? And it's just like, they're so serious. And because they're so serious, it's so funny. And then one of them snaps, and he fucking grabs a turtle.
So he's a snapping turtle?
Yeah, actually. So it was funny. His name's Slash. Anyway, he grabs him.
Incredible.
And he grabs him. And he's just like, why do you keep doing that? Who are you talking to? There's no one there. And he just fucking loses his shit.
That's so
That was great. It was funny.
I'll have to watch that episode. But okay, intro time, guys. Hello. Welcome to the Weird Flex But Okay podcast, your comedy, weebs, workouts, and advice podcast, where we answer your questions. If you would like to submit a question, please email us at weirdflexbutokaypodcast@gmail.com. And on Twitter, you can send us tweets at weirdflexpod. And you can hear Jordan right now imitating my voice so beautifully. And the music that you've heard. Hey, don't disrespect our music.
Wait, can I like do my Katie impression? I've been practicing in a second.
Okay, as long as you give a shout out to the person that made our music.
No, you do it. No, you
credit
do
your
your thing.
artists.
Because I got to practice while you talk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, do it.
So our music was brought to us by What's My Name on Instagram and SoundCloud, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So Jordan, how are you doing? I mean, Katie, how are you doing?
Oh yeah. So how are you doing? Oh, so you would not believe the shit that I did this weekend.
Oh yeah. Tell me, Katie.
So anyway,
I'm Jordan.
who's that?
Tell me.
Is that
I'm
really?
Jordan.
No, it's not. Oh my God, Jordan.
Katie, do you not recognize my voice? Remember
Jordan,
that one time the thing made
Jordan,
my voice go really deep?
Jordan. All right. Oh my God. All right. So anyways, so like you right. I was at this bar and I wasn't drinking because
why were you at a bar, Katie?
Because I like go hang out with my friends, and we don't usually go to the bars, but we eat chickens. Katie. Yeah. Shut up, Jordan. Oh my God. Like, can you stop?
Jordan,
so sad.
I'm Jordan, and I'm really awesome. And Katie, you're great. And
yeah. And I know I'm great. I know, bitch, because that's what Katie says.
You're right. There it is.
Bitch. I know.
How are you doing, Jordan? How are you doing today? We're loopy today.
I'm doing good. I have an evil plan that I'm going to tell the world now about. So,
oh yeah, he just told me it's quite evil.
Yes, it's deliciously evil. So you know how people have been acting like fools during this corona outbreak, right? And shit.
My corona.
And so like what happened is I've been seeing a lot of videos of people just being assholes to each other, and I've decided that like I'm going to have a contingency for this. So it's like, I'm like going to be, whenever I go out in public and I have to buy something and someone decides to be a dick and say, hey, can you stand like this far away from me? I'm going to cough like a fucking Dilophosaurus if they're an asshole to me. And if they try to hit me, I'm going to like use my blood as a weapon. But I have these blood capsules that I have in my pocket. So if they're an asshole, I'm going to put them in my mouth, bite down on it, and then just be like, oh God. god. And then they're
damn
gonna see it and they're gonna be like, what the fuck? And if they try to attack me, I'll be like, you don't know where I've been, boy. You don't know where I've been. And then I fucking scare them off.
This is how
And
Jordan
is
just
so-
is on a regular basis. I just want you all to know this. These are the thoughts that he's always telling me behind the scenes. Just like, man, Katie, I have the best scheme. And then I'm like, God,
Ooh,
damn
yeah.
it, what is it this week? What is it this week? What are you going to do this week? And I love him so much.
Yeah, you know, it's so fun to be like so polite and nice and then just have an evil side, because that's what I do with all these people. You know what? I've learned this. I am a true anti-villain, anti-hero in the sense, because I love
Maybe,
my
yeah.
friends and I love doing a bunch of good stuff and I love helping people out and I love doing charities and seeing people smile and being genuinely happy. It makes my heart warm. But I love seeing bad people get what's coming to them. I really do.
Yeah.
It's like one
Yeah.
of my like pleasures in life, just seeing like scumbags get what's coming to them. It's so fun. It's so good. Katie tries to keep me sane though, so we don't do that. So yeah,
I do.
yeah. That was
I've been
fun.
trying to figure out what his D&D alignment would be, because
Evil.
I want to say that you're like chaotic good, like, because you're quite chaotic, but your pathway, every story you tell me, your path is towards good, but there's definitely some qualities in there that are close to like what I guess a more evil leaning, like D&D character would showcase, but I think that maybe the chaotic could make up for it. So if I could get like an extra side of chaotic with my burger, like my Jordan burger, like I think you're a double chaotic on
Yes.
the scale of like, but leaning good.
Yes, because bad people need to suffer, and I'll be the one to do it, and it'll be so much fun, and they'll be all mad.
I always thought I was chaotic good, but I think that I'm more neutral good.
Yeah.
Because I find myself at times allowing myself to just go with the flow more instead of like taking stances sometimes, or instead of like, or I'll do a lot of calculated stuff versus just like emotional response. And so I think I'm in more of the neutral territory,
Yeah.
but Jordan's a schemer.
Yeah, I am. I always have tons of schemes. I'm the one at conventions that always gets us into rooms that we're not supposed to be in. I'm the one who goes.
This
yes.
motherfucker is the type, and this is how you know that we're like on different like levels of it. Is he'll be like, "Come on, we can just sneak through the back door," and I'll be like, "Oh gosh, oh geez,
Yeah.
Jordan, I don't know about that."
Yeah,
Even if it's
exactly.
like, no, dude, we
Freaking
have,
everyone.
like
Like,
at BronyCon.
yeah,
like,
BronyCon this year. Like, okay, so me, Paleo,
year.
and Hero are like the ones that like we do this literally every year for like the last 7 years. We're just like, okay, let's just do the thing that we usually do. And then like Katie's one like, no, we can't do that. I work at cons and I can't do this. She's like, Katie, just come on with us. We do this every
Okay,
year.
I'm gonna tell you the specific scenario that
I don't
I'm
remember.
referring to.
Which
I'm
one?
referring to, and I was actually more on your side for this one.
Which
it
one?
was. I will tell you. It was the one where we were going to closing ceremonies, and we
Oh,
used,
yeah.
the con's over and it's canceled, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, that
We
was
used our friend's ability to have a guest badge to be like, hey, we're gonna just go around the back so we can get a fucking seat.
Yeah.
And they came and got us, and I was still anxious. I was like, oh god, oh geez, we're gonna get in trouble. Ooh, 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 because I'm just that way. But like, I think it was fine. Like, I
Yeah,
think
it
that
was
was fine.
fun.
The scenario that I was more leaning towards is not okay. Is there was a badge checker for the dealer's room that was being
Oh, is that one?
they were being kind of an asshole, but
Oh,
I
yeah, that one was an asshole.
I understood as someone who has worked cons that like you can't be skipping in line, and you can't be like, some cons have different policies about, you know, using your guest badge to get past certain areas, and like especially with like the dealer's hall, like I was more leaning towards let's not do this, and I tried anxiously tried to walk in with like you guys as a group, and they and I'm the one that got stopped, and I was like, oh shit, and I got kind of called out, and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, yes ma'am, and I just went to the back of the line like, oh god, I'm in trouble, oh god.
Yeah.
I was so scared, and it was fine. Like she,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. Like to
and,
me.
like, and I understand. I get so scared about getting in trouble instead of
No, I get you. No, I get you. Like to me, like, well, to our group, I'm not going to specify me because like Hero's a schemer too. He does it too. He just is like very smooth
Yeah.
with it. Hero's like a fucking cat. where he's like, he acts chill with it, and he's just like, okay. But then he just like walks in because he just like, because the way you met Draft always told us, like, Draft told us this at the very first BronyCon in 2012, walk with purpose. Just walk with purpose everywhere. So like, that's what we've done
that in scenarios where, you know, I feel like it's justifiable for me. So like, for example, if my friends are guests at the con and they're like, hey, come with us to the green room, or hey, come with us here. Like, I treat that as, okay, I've, you know, been formally invited. So it's okay that I'm walking to this place that generally I would not be allowed to be in. So I walk with the confidence of I'm allowed to be there. But if it's just me on my own and I just happen to know somebody, but the vibe isn't right, I'm not going to insert myself.
No, you got you. We got you. I understand. Yeah. No, because I know for us, like, okay, so for instance, like this one time, this one lady was like so polite, and we're like, oh yeah, we're not gonna do that. That doesn't feel right. Because she was just like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, could you go back? And I was like, oh yeah, sure, because they were super polite. But this one motherfucker, did I tell you this guy tried to push me out the way? No. And I was just like, oh. What was funny about it, Z laughed his ass off at this. So this one person was like, you can't be here, and he tried to push me back, and I'm not trying to boost my own ego or anything like this, but like, I guess I was too buff for him because he pushed himself back. And I was just like, yeah, okay, whatever, dude. You just touched me and whatever. But like, that was a point where I was just like, okay, you're being an asshole to me. I don't care what happens now. All right. My indifference level. This is where I prove that, like,
this is where Jordan's chaotic.
This is where my chaotic self comes in. Because like, all right. So like, for instance, with Katie is very understandable. Like, no, I get it. You're working a con. You do this. And I respect that. I do. Me, I'm a bad person when that comes out. Like, if you're a dick to me, yeah, I really. And if someone fucking is a dick to me, I have no problems being a dick back. Like, okay, fine. Well, okay, I'm gonna just do this and fuck you.
Anyone out there, tweet at us if you can relate. Are you the type of person that when a situation escalates, do you escalate back, or do you try to like? Because it can be contextual too. It can be situational. Because there are times where you need to say fuck off. Like, you need to fight back. Yeah. But I try to find the. I try to Wonder Woman it. Like, I try to go with, like, you know, do everything you can to avoid, but then fuck them if they're, like, sincerely, like, and you know, I've never really, even in situations where I probably should have fought back, I just won't because I'm too timid or whatever. But, like, Jordan, one thing I respect about him is that he can pinpoint those moments where you need to fight back, and then he fucking does, and it's great. And like, I wish I had more of that, but like, you know, it's about proceeding with caution when it comes to stuff like that. Yeah, because I've also seen you back down when you needed to back down, and it's a difficult balance because nobody wants to be in a situation like that, and so it can be tricky to navigate. But like, overall, you should never sacrifice your self-respect or lower yourself to be acceptable to someone. You shouldn't be an asshole. You shouldn't treat someone like lesser than you or anything. But like, you know, if they're gonna be an asshole to you, sometimes you do have to be an asshole back.
I can be a worse asshole. Don't play that card with me. And then like that one, because I remember Hero stopped me from saying something to that one person because I was just like, was he being a dick to you? And he was like, yeah. And I was just like, oh well. And then he just like, don't do it. And I was just like, no. And then that fucking guy the first day, oh my god, I wanted to go off on that guy. Like when I was like talking about my hotel suite, because the first day we were supposed to have a hotel suite.
You told that story on the pod before.
I know, and it pisses me off still because that guy was just like looking like, I need your room. I'm like, my name is Jordan Downs. Is it on there? I called this hotel for I would have told you if it was on there. I'm like, are you getting a fucking attitude with me right now? Because he had to calm me down because I was getting riled. Yeah.
But that's stressful. Like, that's one reason, like, I'm so terrified at the prospect of spending, like, tons of money and then some shit going wrong. Like, I mean, because I don't make a lot of money, so I'm not often in positions to spend lots of money. But I recently bought, like, a ticket to RTX that, who knows, it could get canceled. But I actually purchased myself, like, ticket insurance because I was so scared of, like, losing, like, $100-something bucks. Like, yeah. Because I'm in a place where that could hit me. Yeah. Like, I'm doing okay money-wise, knock on wood. But, you know, like, it's hard out in these streets, man.
No, it is. I get you. I respect it. No, I have nothing.
Yeah.
I talk to everyone like they're equal. If you talk to me respect. I don't care how old you are. If you talk to me with respect, I'll talk to you respect. You could be like 3 years old talking to me about the dynamics of why the Power Rangers would lose to the Ninja Turtles or something like that, and I will have a full conversation with you, just like, wow, that's actually really fascinating. So why do you think that? And it's just, yeah, I've done that before too. It's super fun. But yeah, it's whatever. Like, I know Winnie City, a con I was supposed to go to in a couple weeks, that got canceled recently. It got pushed back till July. Yeah, so that's in July now. Hopefully BabsCon gets pushed back too a little bit. So it's just like, okay, whatever. Like,
and on that note too, like how are you handling, I guess, the potential quarantining or social distancing?
I mean, I'm already a hermit, so it does not to me like
it kind of works out.
Yeah, I work out at home. I buy all my food online. I actually stopped myself from door dashing for a couple days.
Prepared for this?
Yeah, because actually the thing is, I prepped for the storm because my mentor Brandon Carter, he always said this, like, you always got to prepare for the storm. Like, there's going to be something really shitty that happens, and you got to be mentally and physically and financially prepared for it. So you prep for the storm. So that's what I did. I prepped for the storm. And so like with this thing, I'm just like, yeah, shit sucks. I'm not going to public places. I'm just chilling at home, working out, doing my job. I work from home, so it's not like I feel bad for people like who work in the service industry and they have to like put up with a bunch of bullshit.
Like they have no choice to leave their house. And like I saw a tweet recently about like a garbage man that is going out, you know, doing his job, like collecting trash and everything, because those are the people that really hold like society together. Like they're doing some of the most important jobs, and they're you know also being affected by this, but like, we're all just trying to stay strong right now, and I hope that everyone's taking it seriously and understands that the reason that we're taking steps back and encouraging people to stay home and not go out as much with large groups of people is not because we think that, oh, if I go out, I'm just going to drop and die immediately. It's like, no, it's trying to prevent further spreading and potentially helping keep it as dormant as possible and until a cure is found. And so
Canada did it once hockey got shut down. So it's just like, this is a time where staying home can actually be helpful, but we all have to do it. So like I actually went to the zoo the other day, and afterwards I hadn't even thought about it. And I was immediately very socially conscious of like, oh my gosh, maybe I shouldn't have gone to the zoo. And so for the next like month, unless I have to like leave, like to go somewhere crowded, like unless I have to, I'm going to be avoiding that at all costs. If there's like the next event that I am scheduled to go and work at is about a month from now. So, and it has not been canceled yet, so I am still planning on going. It's a month from now, but as the event gets closer, if I hear new information that tells me, hey, you shouldn't go, or, you know, if the event gets canceled, then I will not go. So, but even if it's still going on and I see that, hey, this is probably not a good idea, then I won't go. And for the next few weekends, I'm going to be staying home playing Animal Crossing. Hey, so it's okay. So that's good. But yeah, that's kind of where I am at, and I'm glad that I guess just to get personal, my parents seem to be taking it very seriously, because this does affect people that are older with weaker immune systems or respiratory problems, and I was kind of worried that they might not be taking it seriously, but they are, and I'm very happy to hear that. And I'm just like, I just want the people that I love to be okay, and I want you all to be okay, and please take it seriously. It's not the end of the world per se, but it is something that we should take the necessary precautions for, and you have to be willing to look like you're overreacting. Don't overbuy, don't do stuff that hurts others or is irrational. You should take logical steps, and sometimes in today's society it sucks, but sometimes being a logical and rational person in the face of danger can make other people make fun of you because they think, oh,
that's
wow,
stupid.
You're like, yeah, and it's
like that
so
fucking Men in Black quote, remember? Where it was just like, why don't you tell people about aliens, okay? People are smart, they can. It was like, a person is smart, people are dumb, panicky animals, and you know it. And it's just like, yeah, you need a smart person. Like, that's why in my video today, I talked about, like, don't be one of these people that's dumb and panicky and stuff like that. Be a person who meditates and is calm and is, like, rational and, like, let's focus and take great. Because it's just like, oh, if you're just like one of those dumb panicky individuals, and it's just like, yeah, you're just a dumb panicky individual.
Like, check up on cdc.gov, like, for updates, like, you know, the official website of, like health professionals, the World Health Organizations. Like, please keep up with sources that are reliable, and just right now the best thing that you can do is make sure you're decontaminating, that you're washing your hands, and that you're just not going out if you don't have to. For now, probably, we don't know how truly long this will last, but, you know, for the next few weeks, just kind of plan for that if you can. Not everyone has the luxury of being able to work from home, so if you have to go to work, you have to. But, you know, when you're out doing that, just, you know, wash your hands and do the best that you can.
Yeah. Don't be stupid.
Yeah. Don't be stupid.
Yes.
God, it's so weird talking, like we've been doing this podcast for almost a year, and now we're talking about, like, some serious stuff. Like, really, almost 2 years? Wow.
2018.
Actually, yeah, you're right. We started this a year and almost a year and a half ago. That's crazy. Thank you guys for listening to us. This is awesome, man. But yeah, there's some serious shit out there, and we just hope that you're doing your best out there and that you're not being stupid. Don't be stupid.
Yeah, don't be stupid.
Don't do it. You're gonna be great. But yeah, how about we end our ramblings and get to some questions?
Yeah, let's fuck this thing up like that fucking rabbit tried to fuck that wolf. Right.
Oh God, don't spoil Beastars, but go watch Beastars.
Yeah,
anyway,
go watch Beastars.
First question is, what is something you are proud of that you've personally accomplished, but it wouldn't show up on your Wikipedia page, or someone might not know about it?
I cry. No, it's evil. I can't say it.
I'm gonna just say that it's true chaotic.
I could.
You're not chaotic good. You're just chaotic. You're just true chaotic.
I'm trying to. It's in my head now. I'm trying to remember it. It is something I'm proud of, but it's not good at all. So it's just.
Did you? Now I want to know. Oh my God! What did you do?
It was evil. Oh okay. Man, it was terrible.
Tell us something wholesome.
Oh, fine. Okay.
Or
something I personally accomplished, but it wouldn't show up on your Wikipedia, or something you might not know. So, what did I do? No, that's bad. That's, you go first. I gotta think of my non-evil ones.
I guess, it's just, like, really low bar. But, you know, it's not supposed to be something.
Nothing's low bar if it means something to you.
Yeah. Actually, that's a really good quote. That's really
good. That's good shit. I didn't even mean to say that. There you go.
Hell yeah, that's
good
beautiful.
One.
Then then mine is my health journey, because I'm not like a fitness instructor or anything. I'm not like anything like that. Yeah.
But you will be.
I'm not like you. I don't know.
But you look at your arms in that Brock Lee picture. You fucking had jacked as fucked arms.
I'm getting
did you see it? I'm serious, people. Go look to Connie Day Official's Twitter. Look at her fucking arms in that picture. It's like fucking Athena. Like, it's like ridiculous. She's like.
But yeah, for the past 2 weeks, because I've been doing MyFitnessPal for like 35 days now.
Congrats.
And I've consistently typed in everything that I've eaten. But for the first 2 weeks or so, yes, I was consistently typing everything in, but I wasn't sticking to the 1,800 calories a day like I should have been. I would go over a lot more than I should have been, and that wasn't okay. And it's actually only in the last 2 weeks, so the last 13 to 14 days, that I've actually stuck to the plan that I've set out for myself. I've been staying in a deficit every day until I get my cheat day. And this weekend, I kind of tried giving myself 1.5 cheat days.
Oh, did you do that thing I suggested?
I don't know. What
But it was in. I
is.
put it in our other chat where I was saying like, you know, if you want to have a cheat day, hey, here people, I'll tell the people out there too.
Yeah,
Here's
tell
a
us,
little
tell us.
pro fit tip out there for people out there who are starting their fitness journey and they want to have 2 cheat days a week. Here is a little way you can do that so that it benefits you. So one, you make sure you eat clean 5 days in a row. Either that's deficit or whatever. I don't know if you're bulking
Yeah.
or cutting, whatever. But like you do that, then you have your cheat day. Eat as much as you want. You know, I wouldn't eat to the point where you feel like, oh God, I'm gonna throw up and shit everywhere. But like just eat to the point where it's just like I had a nice, well-fed meal, as our friend Hirasashi would say. And so, and so you do that, and then the next day you look at your calories and you take into account like your maintenance level of calories for the day. So for example, I'll use me for example. I need 2,700 calories a day to maintain my body weight at 165 pounds.
Lucky.
Yes. So because I'm very active, I work out a lot and I like working out a lot and I move around a lot. I'm very hyper. I bounce. I notice that a lot. I bounce a lot. I always get like 10,000 steps in a day because I'm
Yeah.
very bouncy. Like a rabbit, which explains a lot. But anyways,
God damn
what you do is, for me, if I want to stay in a deficit, but I also want to eat a bit, I will just make sure I do not go over 2,700 calories. So I can have 2,500 calories, and that's still me in a deficit, and I will still continue to lose weight because biologically that is how you lose weight, just by being in a caloric deficit. Like it just like the bigger the deficit, the faster you lose weight. The faster, the smaller the deficit, the slower it is. And actually, if you do smaller deficits, then your weight loss will stay off longer. Your fat will stay off longer because it did it so slow. And that's why I always tell people, like, if you took like an entire year doing something slow.
I feel like your description of the second cheat day isn't what I would describe as a cheat day. Because
Oh yeah,
in
I
my-
guess. Well,
in
it's
my
like
let me explain, because in my everyday weekday for the last 2 weeks, I am allowed 1,800 calories a day.
yes,
And so I only consume about 1,700 a day. And the 1,800 is the number that it told me in order for me to lose weight.
yeah,
And so in order to maintain, I would have to be at about like 2,000, so only 200 more. And so every day I consume maybe 1,600 to 1,700 so that I'm in a deficit even for the number that they allow me. So that's just my everyday thing. And then for my cheat day, I don't care about the numbers. I just let myself do what I want so
Exactly.
that I can have that freedom. But what you just said about your second cheat day is that you're just eating
oh no, it's a
you're
cheat
just doing
meal.
a deficit. Yeah, because I was confused at the wording there, because you're saying essentially to do what I already do every day, and that's not cheating for me. That's just
Yeah, exactly. It keeps you saying,
Staying
no,
on
I'm
these
saying like,
lines.
okay, here's a better way. Here's a new word for y'all. It's called IIFYM. That means if it fits your macros, which is just basically saying, oh, I have 1,800 calories in a day. If I was to get 1,800 of those calories from, now I do not suggest doing this every day. This is where people fuck up. This is the thing. Like, this is where people fuck up big time, and they fuck up their like blood pressure and heart and organs and all this shit. So this is what I'm saying to you to keep safe. So what you do is you just go, oh, okay, so I had my cheat day. Boom. I don't know how many calories I ate. Now I have this day. But instead of like having healthier choices, you know, I could have like a donut here or there. Oh, wait, how many calories is that? 300. Oh, okay. Does it fit within my macros for the day? Yes, it does. You know what? How many calories is a pizza? 1,500. Okay, I can have a pizza. Boom. I had an entire pizza. How many calories do I have? 300. Okay. How about some ice cream? I can have some ice cream. And then that's like a second cheat day, but as long as you stay under your deficit. The reason you don't want to do this every single day is because people greatly misunderstand like the plaque buildup in your like organs and shit like that from doing like so much grease and sugar every single day. Like if you have that
Yeah.
much grease and sugar every single day, it's just like, okay, I look good on the outside, but my insides are fucked up. So you don't want to do that. You
Yeah.
don't want to do that at all. So like it's only like, that's why I always suggest to people, like if you want to do it like cheat day, then if it fits your macros day and then like do the 5 days straight again, it would work. But again, it's up to you.
Okay. I understand. That's more of a switching the quality of the food.
Yeah.
But okay, that makes sense. What I'm kind of doing is I'm going to go 5 days a week where I'm not going to cold turkey the sugar that I want to eat, but I'm going to make sure that it fits into, like, you know, the calories that I'm allowed, and I make sure that it doesn't overweigh the amount of the good stuff that I'm eating. Like, because if it's Tuesday and I want a donut, like, I'm trying to make a lifestyle change. So
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
Want to,
So donut's fun.
So I don't want to create a new lifestyle for myself where I feel crazy if I want a donut. I'm going to get a donut, but I'm going to make sure that, okay, if I have this donut, then I'm not allowed to have this today. I can have that tomorrow. So that can be my thing for today. Or if I'm going to have some cheese puffs, I'm only going to have 100 calories of cheese puffs. And then, like, yeah, so that's kind of my everyday life. So I'm not spending my 5 to 6 days only eating like veggies and meat. Like I'm allowing myself to have snacks that I want, but in very, very moderate amounts.
Yeah.
And then on my cheat day, I just say fuck it and eat like a whole cheesecake or something.
Yeah.
Like I'm just, because I have to allow myself to have that freedom. It's more about the mindset and not about what the food is. It's about I have something to look forward to at the end of the week. I have a day where I can eat everything guilt-free, and it'll be great. And it doesn't matter because I'm still doing good during the week. And any time in the week where I might break down and go 1,000 calories over, like I did in that first 2 weeks when I was trying to go cold turkey on shit, I'm allowing myself moderation and then a day to just go nuts. And if I'm about to break down, I can be like, hey, if you just don't eat that extra cheese puff right now, this weekend you can have a whole goddamn cheesecake. And I'm like, you know what, Katie? You're right. And that helps me. And that discipline is, yeah, bottom line, that's what would go on my list of things that I'm proud of, but I don't think it'd be on my wiki page.
Okay. Good on you.
Yeah. What about you?
I crushed
Think of
all
one?
my enemies.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that was, no, let me think. What I do. I once jerked off 13 times in a day just to see if I could. I'm proud of that, but I didn't.
Oh my
that wouldn't
God.
Be on my, there you go.
Yes!
There.
Holy
Perfect.
fuck, yes! That's
There you go.
beautiful!
Yeah, because I saw
I was
Brock
gonna-
Sampson say he was going to do it
Oh my
on
God,
Venture
that's
Brothers,
great.
and I was like,
you were
no, I
like,
could
fuck
do that.
that.
I'm going to do it. I was 14 years old, and that shit hurt.
So, what time did you wake up that day?
Like 8. I can
did
tell
you
you
start
exactly. If you
immediately?
want, this is a sex positive podcast. I can tell you exactly what I did it to because I remember exactly what it was. So like I woke up, and
Okay, wait,
I watched
Jordan,
that
pause.
episode.
Before you finish,
Yeah.
in the middle of your story, I want to give a shout out to our patrons because we always have to bring up our patrons in the middle of something sexy.
Yeah, they're gonna come out during this story.
All
yeah,
right,
come on,
so
tell
before
'em.
Jordan finishes this story, now that we have your attention, thank you to our lovely $2 patrons on the Weird Flex But Okay podcast Patreon: Joseph Andrew Greiner, Adrian Leinard, Carsnader TTV, The Swagnomite, Windstorm555, Christopher Kaiser, Kimberly Calderon, and Sunburst Hero. Thank you guys. Now, Jordan, keep being sexy.
Yeah. Okay. So I woke up. I watched that Venture Brothers episode because I always recorded Adult Swim, and then like
Yeah.
there was a thing where they were talking about like I did this whatever, and then like Brock Sampson said I once jerked off this many times in a day just to see if I could, and I was just like I could do that. And then like what I did was I like went and I looked up all these like hentai, and it was like this is before Naruto. Yeah, this is before Naruto. So it wasn't Naruto. It was Sailor Moon stuff. So I looked up some Sailor Moon doujins. Those are like the first 2 of the day. And then I looked up like I said in the other podcast, I have a thing for kissing. So like I would go and watch scenes of like just people making out in movies, and it would like do stuff to
Hell
me.
yeah.
So like it was like that Cruel Intentions kiss was Sarah Michelle Gellar and Selma Blair that did something for me. And then this is gross, but there was this one kiss scene from this movie called Not Another Teen Movie.
Oh,
and
God.
There's this fucking scene with like this 20-year-old girl, and they're parodying the scene from Cruel Intentions, and like this girl makes out with like this grandma in the same way, but it was like really hot, and I did it to that scene. There was
Oh my God.
it was terrible. That music video by Tattoo. Like sounds on the head, running through my head, running through my head, running through my head. Like that one, I remember that was one of the stuff. I think.
And how'd you end it? How'd you end it?
Mrs. Incredible's butt.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Mrs. Incredible's butt. I remember that. And
Yeah, nice
I was
butt.
like, yeah, that hurt. I remember it hurt for a while afterwards, but it was
Oh my god. What time of day did it end at? Did you finish by noon or was
no,
it like
it was
night?
like probably like night. I don't remember what time. It's probably night.
Holy fuck.
But I remember doing it a lot.
That is incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is Mrs. Incredible.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. It was amazing. Yeah, I
Well,
mean, like, it was
everyone-
amazing the first 5 times. It was like you should really watch Interspecies Reviewers because, like, they had the best
I
way of saying
should.
it.
I kind of want to
That-
watch that.
The show is fucking phenomenal. I love that show. It's great. The main character's me. And anyways, there's like this episode where they go to this succubus like place with a bunch
Yeah.
of succubuses, and it's like every other person who watches like a succubus hentai, they know the whole thing. Like, oh, this would be fun for like the first 3 or 4 times. Afterwards it would start to hurt. Like they have a whole thing about that, like, oh yeah, it's fun for like the first 3 times. After that it starts to hurt, and it's just like they won't stop. Like they won't literally stop. They're trying to fuck you to death. So it's just like, this sucks. We need to get the fuck out of here. So it's just
Oh
like,
my god.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That
like
is
it's just it was amazing. Like that show was fucking great. But yeah, it wasn't fun after the 6th time. I'll say that.
Oh my god. I can imagine. Like I think the most I've come in a day is 3 times.
And does liquid come out when girls? I mean, I know something
Well,
comes out, but it's like, but
You've
it's not
had
like
sex
it's not
with
like
a
you're
woman
squirting.
before.
I mean, it's not like you're fucking, like because I
Well,
remember
some
like
girls are squirters. That is a thing.
I know, but like it wasn't like every single time you did it, it was like
Well, if you're a squirter, yeah, but I am not that. But every
oh, you're a
woman,
slimer.
every single woman is yes. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, every
Snail
woman is
trail.
a slimer. That is
Sna-
correct. That is every woman that
That's great.
exists. If they have an
No, it's hot.
orgasm.
It's good. It's
No,
hot.
exactly.
It's very
That is-
attractive. There's
it's
nothing wrong with it.
science. No, there's not. That's science. When
It's
you are
beautiful.
having sex with a woman, the
She
wetty
slimes
part
you.
down there, if she orgasms, it will secrete down there. So
Yeah,
yes.
slime.
To answer your question, Jordan, yes, there was liquid every time.
Good.
That
Good.
would actually be not healthy if there was not any type
Well,
of
you know, like
lubrication
you know,
when
like
you do that.
Well, I'm saying like as a guy, there have been some times when you jack off and like it's just like a dry jack off, and it's like it feels like just dust comes out like. And it's just like you feel like you came, but nothing came out, and it's just like it's
Yeah.
weird, and it's just like what the fuck?
Yeah,
And
because
it's just
for,
like,
for
oh.
girls, unless you're like, squirting or something, it's not gonna like come out. It's in there, but it's like
Yeah.
it's more slimer in there. Also,
Yeah.
hi everybody, sex positive here.
Slimy yet satisfying.
Oh my god, you're not
Yes.
wrong though. It is. It is satisfying. Women are awesome. Women are great.
Ugh.
I love women. Man, we get so like random on this podcast.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
1 minute we're talking about hentai, and the next we're talking about fucking like more hentai.
Do it.
I'm just so thankful to everybody that's joining us on this crazy what started as an experiment podcast is now low key like my therapy every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I love
Katie
it.
is the one that keeps me from turning into a full supervillain. I'm the one, like, I keep bordering from, like, she's the person who's just, like, she's like when Aang, when fucking Aang was, like, freaking out at the air temple and Katara walked up and, like, patted him, like, you're gonna be okay. Like, that's what
Aw.
it is.
Hell yes. No, that's not true. I'm not the only one. I know some of your other friends that keep you sane.
True.
But yeah,
Like
so
Jason.
that is like Jason Voorhees
Yeah.
and how he comes into your bed at night to cuddle you.
Exactly. Bullied kids stick together.
Well, we could stick together. But yeah, so that is our first little question there. Very sexual themes, but man, we're loud and proud here.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm old.
For this next part, though, this is an email that we got. We're taking it into a more wholesome direction now, guys.
Oh,
like
we have to.
we do, because we got a very we got an email from somebody that is a big fan of the podcast, and they want to remain anonymous, I think, but they said that it was okay if we read it. So thank you for sending us this email, and if anyone has emails of things they want to send us, we read them, and we might just read them on the podcast. It says, Dear Katie and Jordan, you guys can talk about this if you want, but I just wanted to at least tell you how this podcast is one of the few things that has kept me going over the past year. TLDR is that a girl I would have bet my life on that I could marry her, ended up breaking up with me, citing that it was too hard after it became long distance. That, coupled with some really poor timed events in my personal life, honestly left me with a lot of resentment and a poor attitude. All the self-help generic crap you see all over social media and other podcasts when you actually need help comes across as fake and cookie cutter. Hearing you guys be real with us about anything and everything was always one of the highlights of my week. After a year or so of unsuccessful attempts at dating, I finally found someone that, even if it doesn't work out, has restored my faith that there can be so much more and there can be one great match for someone. Having that feeling of a new relationship that you think can actually work is the best feeling that has been eluding me for so long. I'm still struggling with weight and a couple of other things, but no one has no struggles. I will continue to work on these things, as well as my new relationship, with a better outlook and refound motivation that you guys helped me cultivate. And just thought that was really nice.
Yeah, it is nice. Good
I
on
really
her.
I hope that you're doing well. A person that we actually responded, or I went into the email and I responded to this email.
Good.
Using my words, and I hope that you received
Good
it.
shit.
And I hope that you are doing well, because you are so much stronger than you think.
Yeah, you
and
are.
You're
use
doing
that.
Awesome.
Use that, man. Use that shit. Yeah, you're going to be awesome, and you're going to be greater, and everyone's going to regret everything, and you're going to be a fucking badass of your life. And remember that. You're going to be a fucking badass, and you don't need anyone. Everyone tries to tell you need people. You don't need shit. You just need yourself and your love, and you need the people. That's all that matters, okay? No women, no girl. A touch of madness will take you so far.
Well,
You
he
just
did
need to
say
get
that
a
he
one
found
dungeon
someone.
room. You train yourself in a one dungeon room with no lights, candle.
Hey, Vegeta.
And then you fucking do this, and you just work out, and you like train. And I remember when I used to do this shit back in the day. You do squats until you fall on the floor, your legs hurt. And then I remember one time I was running in the woods with a 50-pound vest, and I fell over because my legs died. And this couple was like, "Hey, do you need help?" And I was just like, "I don't know. Like, what's wrong?" And they were like, my legs can't move. And they were like, "Oh shit, do you need some water? Do you need some help?" And I was like, "I refused it." And you know what? I refused it, and I got stronger. And I got strong as fuck legs. And you see my legs.
Your legs are beautiful, Jordan, but I think you're missing the point.
I hate everyone and every fucking thing on this planet.
Oh, God! Jordan, don't die. Our lovely emailer needs us.
Yeah, but love yourself, bro. You don't need anyone to love you but yourself. Love yourself because you are a beautiful individual. And once you accept that, you will take yourself farther than anything.
Cherish the people in your life, and it's okay to ask for help, but go into every day knowing that you have everything that you need to fight for yourself. You can do it. Hey, man, I'm telling the truth. You literally 5 minutes ago said that I'm keeping you sane. So
Yeah, you are.
You can't sit here and tell me that you don't goddamn need nobody. You
It's so
literally
true.
just told me
It is
that
literally
you
so
value my
true.
friendship. So
It is
fuck
so
you,
true.
Jordan. I love you.
Yeah, I
Fuck
love
off.
you too. I fuck you. Yeah.
You know, sometimes, also another TLDR, you guys need to be able to say I love you to your homies. Kiss your homies
Yeah.
goodnight.
Yeah, sure. Do it.
Do it. Like,
Do it. I dare
tell
you.
the people out there that you love them. Saber, I think, actually made a post about something like that recently.
No, he didn't.
Where he was like, you know, I like telling my friendos that I love them and shit. And that's okay, because I love them. They're my bros, and I love them.
He did not. I'm gonna
Uh-huh,
look
I
this
think
up.
so.
No, he
I thi-
didn't.
I believe he did. It was like a
Let me
week or
look
two
this
ago,
up.
I think. Where he was just like, man, young me would be like...
Oh
so
yeah,
grossed
the
out.
homophobic side. That's so funny how like most of us were back in the day. I'm not including you. I'm just talking about like the gang and stuff like that. It was just like super homophobic. Because I remember back in the day, I was just like, man, like I evolved for like being okay with like the gay thing. Because it wasn't like it never pissed me off or anything like that. It's just like you gay is whatever you gay and
Because
shit like that.
children were kind of
'Cause
raised in that
children,
environment, and
yeah.
it was the adults that were ignorantly putting that on you. But
I
then you
remember
were able
Paleo
to-
told me
yeah.
he was bi,
And no, my parents were very open, like, with the thing. They were, like, very supportive and open about it.
Oh, good.
Everyone, they were very open-minded. That's why I love my parents, because they're
But
very
maybe
open.
the children that you were around were raised.
Oh
by
yeah, all
ignorant
kids are
people
like that. Kids
exactly.
are just like,
Children are fucking
F
assholes
word
that are
this,
ignorant and,
F word
yeah.
that. Though, to be fair, I did live in England for a bit, where the F word over here is a food. Like, there's, like, meatballs are called that. Like, I remember I used to, I used to
cigarettes
eat.
are called that.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, there was, like, this dish I used to eat that was called massive F, you know what? And so, like,
Yeah,
I just want to eat that every day. Yeah, and so it was just like, it was just meatballs over there. That's funny. That was
Yeah.
funny.
Like,
Yeah.
culturally, there could be like some stuff too. But it is interesting when you look at your past. Like, you're allowed to develop and grow as a person as long as you acknowledge that the things that you maybe were raised with are not okay. And that's how we advance as a society. Like, that's how we've gotten to where we are. We've become less tolerant of people that aren't tolerant. And that's kind of or even tolerance isn't the word. Like, because human rights are not something that should be tolerated. They should be the standard, and anyone that says otherwise can fuck off. Like, if someone wants to just fucking live their life and you're trying to say no because that makes me feel weird, fuck you. Like, very passionate about some things. Specific
Hey,
things.
my whole thing is this: don't start nothing, won't be nothing. All right, just leave people the fuck alone unless they're hurting people.
Yeah, exactly. And if they demand human rights, give them their human rights. And that is the TLDR. But yeah, thank you so much to anonymous emailer, and yes, we hope that you are going to be okay, and I'm really glad to see you're making progress, because one thing I said on the last podcast episode was that there's going to be bad times, but there's going to be good times. You just have to keep fighting for the new tomorrow, and just, do all that good, wholesome shit. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jordan, would you like to read our final question for the day?
What's the
From
final
our-
question?
from
Still
our
struggling
email?
with weight. Oh,
it's
still
after the word anonymous.
anonymous. All right, so this
After
comes
the
from
word
anonymous.
Yes.
Hey, Jax and Katie, I love your podcast. I listen to it all the way to home from school every day. I was wondering what you guys think about the gym, because I started going to the gym and I stuck with it, but I used to work out in my basement, right? And then these niggas got better results, and every time I go to the gym, I feel judged because these motherfuckers look at me like I'm in the zone, and I zone it out like the best I can, because at home, I don't have a pull-up bar or other stuff they have, and I don't have at home a gym. But what's your opinions on this? Because I love working out, as I feel like Goku, and it just makes me feel badass after lifting weight and then going home tired. But I hate the way people look at me. What's your advice on this? And what would you guys do in that situation? Oh, okay, you don't want to know what I do, but I
know
I'll
what
tell you.
Jordan would
Yeah,
do.
I know exactly. Cause I'll be like,
You know what? I'm gonna be Jordan for a second.
Okay, do it.
Jordan, I'm gonna answer this question as you, and then I want you to answer this question as me.
Okay, I'm curious.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Ooh, you don't even want to know what I would do. You don't even want to know. Okay, so like if I'm going into the gym and these motherfuckers are looking at me and they're trying to make fun of me, fuck them. I'll just go up to them and be like, hey, you got a problem? I'm working out on this machine and I'm buffer than you. I'm bigger than you. I make more money than you. You even want to try me with that shit? Fuck them. I am awesome. I am a king. I am a legend. I am coming to the gym to improve. And anyone that would tell you that you're not good enough because you're trying to improve can go fuck themselves. That's my Jordan answer.
Yeah, that's true. All right, it's okay. You'd be like, well, at first I would just try not to pay attention to them. I would just, put my headphones in and I would just focus on the workout, because, this is my gym too. I am allowed to be here, and if they have a problem with me, I will go talk to the front desk, because this is my life and this is my gym, and I don't understand why people try to do this when I'm just trying to live my best life and they're attacking me. Like, it's just completely asinine. And there we go. That's Kate.
Oh my god, you're not far off, but I would not go to the front desk unless someone was coming to like throw hands at me or some shit.
Okay.
So tell me what your actual answer would be. Was I close?
Well, you
or
were
did I
close
miss
to my
anything?
actual answer, because first off, the thing is this: like, if you got a problem with me, I'd be like, I will go up to your face and just stare
I'll
at
kick your
you.
ass.
Yeah, I will just stare at you like, okay, what's up, bro? Okay, and your problem? You got their problem here? Yeah, my problem is with you. Oh, it is. How so? Because you're doing blah blah blah. I don't give a fuck. All right? Yeah. What do you do here? What do you what have you accomplished? And I've noticed this. I really do like start with that whole like, what have you done? Yeah, nothing. You suck and shit like that. Like I've done that, but like most of the time, because some people aren't. I've noticed because I just if I know I've noticed like I'm just prone to take less shit now, so I will get in someone's face about if someone's really bothering me. But like, okay, if you're in a situation you're non-confrontational, again. This is my whole thing to you. If you notice people staring at you or looking at you for whatever reason, just put your headphones in, focus on the music and the reps that you were doing. Do not focus on anyone else but that. Just focus on like, okay, I have my workout. I'm going to look at my workout. How many sets, how many reps, how much rest do I take? All right, I'm going to go do this workout and I'm going to just go through this listening to my favorite playlist. It could be a podcast, it could be an audiobook, it could be your workout music, and you just go through the entire thing. Like if someone's staring at you, like honestly, if someone is staring at me, I honestly, if it was getting to that point, I would go to the front desk, and I don't give a fuck about that. Snitches get stitches because I'm the one who gives the stitches. All right, so if you have a problem, like because it's just like, all right. Look, I would. This is how I would go up to this. Like, all right, look, I don't mean to be a bother, but these people over there, they just keep staring at me for some reason. Like, could you like go do some shit? And if they try that schoolyard bully, so you snitching on me, huh? And it's just like, okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna just get my camera, film this, and just be like, okay, yeah, you see with this? You see this shit? And then just like, most gyms, majority of gyms will be like, okay, yeah, we don't play that shit and they're gone. So yeah, don't worry about them. Focus on your music. Focus on this.
I think that if someone is just staring at you, I don't think that that's necessarily a cause to like...
Oh no, because I've worked in gyms like that before. So like, if you like, it depends on like what you mean by staring. Like if someone is like, doing this, for example,
stop people from looking. At
if someone is doing this thing where they're because my old gym would do this. Like if you're like having a quote unquote bully stare thing where you like are laughing. Like all right, so like let's say like you're over in the corner like curling. And then like you look over and you notice like some girls like laughing like something like that. Yeah, they can get kicked out immediately for that. We can kick people out like immediately for that because it's
like
just bullying.
I'll also say that like as a lady, like if there's a situation where I feel uncomfortable or unsafe or I feel like people like if they're because if I'm in the gym and I'm running on the treadmill or I'm doing whatever the fuck I'm doing, and if a guy just walks by and like he looks at me like, okay, whatever, like I can't stop you from looking at me, but like if there's a guy just standing there blatantly just staring at me for long periods of time, that would be different. So there's a lot of context here, and if I felt like, okay, this guy is clearly like staring at me for a reason that probably is not okay, then actually I change my stance. I think I would approach the front desk, but it would have to get to a point where I truly felt unsafe. I wouldn't just go at the first sight of somebody staring at me for a little bit, because because if we're next to each other on the treadmill or something, and they maybe
I do that.
Treadmills are facing each other. Like maybe we'll like look at each other.
What, treadmills face each other?
Maybe. Like I'm saying, maybe in a hypothetical situation, if there was like a situation where our bodies are facing each other, then and they look over at me, it's fine. But if I can sense like some shit, then yeah, it would be okay to like try to de-escalate and approach someone that can help you out. But because I do that. Because like, just for the record, if you are on the treadmill next to me, yes, we are racing, and I will not lose. All right, I'm just going to give you this right now. Okay, I don't know I don't know why, but every time someone gets on a treadmill next to me, I feel like I'm gonna fucking beat you. Okay, like, it was just it's not like malicious, but it's just like okay, that's fine. That's like a fun little competition thing, but you're not like putting it on them. You're not like trying to egg them on or do anything.
No.
You're doing it.
I just like I look at what speed they're going, and then it's just like okay, whatever. And then like I see how long they do. Yeah, or then I'll put my thing on an incline. And then sometimes they catch on, and then they try to do it, and then it's just like, oh shit, this guy has like fucking cardio. That's like a fun little competition.
Like you're not doing anything like disrespectful to each other. You're just like you're using this as a way to motivate you. You're not like messing with them or talking to them or trying to like, that's actually really cool. Like that's a fun moment that you can share with somebody. Mm-hmm. But if you feel like someone's being an asshole to you, like. I guess the TLDR, which is my word of the day, this podcast is brought to you by TLDR, is just do your own shit and ignore them because they don't fucking matter. And if they try to bring themselves into your life, fuck them, and you can
Yeah.
like tell the front
You
desk,
can bring
or
them
you can
out
just
of
be
your
like, hey,
life.
fuck you, like yeah, like you know,
Oh, well,
but,
see,
safety is important, and like and especially for women, you know, there might be more. It might be better to try to get maybe someone else involved, because I know that it can be very unsafe if
Yeah.
like, because they're I'm gonna be real, there are men out there that if a woman talks down to them, they're gonna set her car on fire, aka ALA 2 years ago. So like that shit, like I fucking get it. Like it's not safe out there sometimes. There's people that are genuinely creepy assholes that are gonna do some shit, and it's not okay. I don't
wish a
think that's what you're
motherfucker
talking
would.
about, but like that is like I'm
That's my
honestly getting
quote.
to I'm getting to a place, and I know that I'm derailing this conversation, but I'm getting to a place where I'm getting tired of just being a passive bitch whenever someone like is harassing me. And so I'm getting
Who
to the
harassed
point
you?
where I
Someone
actually
harassed
wrote
you
about
recently?
I wrote about it on Twitter. Did you
I'm
not
gonna go
read
look it up right now. You talk. I'm gonna go
it
look
was
it up
it was
right now.
about so
I'm gonna
I was
go
at a gas
fucking
station
kick their ass.
recently, and well, I mean, you probably won't be able to find them.
I
don't know
will
the
find them.
name.
You don't know. You underestimate me, Katie.
It was this
I'm
random
a
dude at
bad
a
guy.
gas station, and I don't want to retell the story because I'm just trying to move on with my life, and I just don't want to relive it by retelling the story. But if you want to find it on Twitter, you
I'll
can.
find it myself.
Because that day I posted about it. But yeah, I essentially, my reaction to when this was happening was to profusely just apologize and keep my head down to try to make them leave me alone, and they would insist, because of course when you're acting like a pussy little bitch, they're going to keep harassing you. And so from now on, if someone does that shit, I'm not just going to be a passive, like, anxious little girl anymore, because if I'm in a public place, they can't touch me. And if they try to follow me back to my boyfriend's place, Zach told me that he would beat the motherfucker up if he tries to like follow me. So like
Yeah.
like so I'm getting to a point where I would always be scared to talk back or raise my voice if someone is shouting or saying or getting in my personal space, saying inappropriate things to me. My general reaction would be to kind of go inward, because I would be afraid of their reaction. They might try to kill me, like, because men fucking do that. But like I feel like that isn't the proper reaction anymore, because I always feel like shit afterwards. I want to not do that anymore. I want to stand up for myself. If I'm in a public space and they're saying awful shit to me and there's people around, I should feel safe.
I wish a motherfucker would if I was there.
I should be allowed to just literally exist and you not say these horrible things about my body. And so, yeah, TLDR is Katie is getting more aggressive, and I am
Yes.
taking a note out of Jordan's book. And
Yes.
I am not going to...
I'm like the symbiote.
I'm
I'm
going
like
to
this-
pick my battles, obviously, because there could be a situation where it's better to just run. But, like, if most of the time, I don't find these situations often, but if I find one soon, if one finds me soon, I'm going to practice doing the opposite reaction, and I'm going to stand strong and confidently and speak my mind. Because I can be good with words when I want to be, but
Yeah.
I'm usually too anxious to do that shit. But
Yeah.
fuck that. I'm not doing it anymore. If you have some inappropriate shit to say to me, I'm going to put you on blast. Fuck
Yeah.
you. Like, I'm
Yes.
not. I'm not. I'm getting
Try
too
it.
old for that.
Do it.
Just fucking try me.
Try it.
So,
yes, do
yeah.
it. Do an
That's where I'm
example
at.
of you putting someone on blast. It'll help you get like more comfortable with it. So do it. Do it.
Well,
Put me
I
on
mean-
blast. Not like
well,
naturally me.
you haven't done anything. I mean, I'm talking about, for example, if I'm in a situation where a guy comes up to me and starts commenting on my breast or something, and I
Who's-
say stop, and if he continues and we're like in a public space, or if I say please leave me alone and he continues like why what's your number, hey, you're really cute, I'll be like, hey, stop talking to me. Like, I'm gonna raise my voice. I'm going to be like,
Say it like do it now. Like raise your voice like you actually are. Like scare me.
I don't want to do
Yeah,
that,
come on,
but
do it. Do
I-
it. Make me scared, Katie.
No, I sincerely just don't want to go there
Oh,
because
okay,
it,
fine.
it really like lowers my. It's not fun, but it'll
Okay.
probably feel good in that moment if I do that. But yeah, that is kind of where
You
I'm
need
at.
to
Like,
shut the fuck up and get
Yeah,
the fuck
shut
away
the
from
fuck
me,
up.
or I will
Leave me
cut your
alone.
dick
This
off
is
and
not
feed it
okay.
to you. Do you want me to do that? Do you want it? Hey, everyone, look at this motherfucker right here. He can't take a hint. Hey, fuck face.
do you think that would work? Like, if I just start. I actually was reading
would.
some self-defense stuff recently for women about, just word stuff, not physical stuff. Although
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind taking a class on that. But
No, it
it
is.
just about like.
If you make a guy feel
ways
embarrassed.
Yeah, like, because people that are abusers in that way, like in public spaces that are harassers.
Oh, you mean the narcissist
typi-
people?
Yeah, they're typically the type that they will get sheepish if if you are actually standing up for yourself and trying to put a spotlight on them. Like, they'll
Yeah, you
generally back down from a spotlight.
Yeah, they
So
will.
if you, like, start raising your voice and say, like, you know, some really weird, outlandish shit, like, threaten them with really weird shit, they'll get nervous. And that's what I hope to do in the future. If, hopefully, in an ideal world, I will never be presented with this situation and never have to do this. But if it happens, I'm not just gonna cry and run away anymore. I'm gonna be like, no, fuck off. Like, you're not gonna talk to me that way.
Yes, yes, that's good.
Honestly, I'm feeling a lot better.
Good.
Because I was having, man, I've really taken this conversation to a new place, but fuck it, I'm feeling myself.
Yes,
I hope
do
that any
it.
women out there,
Fuck
or
yeah.
any person out there that's like listening to this, I hope that you know that you are strong enough to deal with your shit. Like, and
Yes.
as long as you every day try to be the best person that you can be, if someone comes into your space and is actively disrespecting you,
Bite
you
their
are not,
ear off.
You are not the asshole for standing your boundaries. Obviously, not every situation of disrespect requires like straight up raising your voice and all that shit. But in situations involving like you not feeling safe, like, or there's predatory things happening, and if you're in a public space, so you feel safe enough to do it, but they're trying to like do some shit, like, it is okay. You are safe. You are valid. It is okay to say no.
Yep.
Do not step closer to me. Do not continue this. You don't, just no. Just, yeah.
Yes.
That is where I'm at
Yes.
in my life now.
Yes. Good. Good.
And if you're a guy, look, this is what you do. I learned this trick. All right, you kick him in the dick and then you kick him in the throat. There you go. That's
Oh my
what
God.
works. That's what you do. But make
But
sure
also
you get out of
just
there.
don't
running.
hit people, and that goes for ladies too. If you're in a situation where it's
Unless
just
they
verbal,
hit you first.
No, what I'm saying is, yeah, if someone hits you first, yes, you can hit them back. Like,
Yes.
if you are a lady out there, don't slap people. And if you're a guy out there, don't slap people. Don't do that shit. But if, like, because I'm kind of in the standpoint, I guess we're talking about this, like, if a lady slaps a guy first, like, obviously I think he has the right to slap her back. Just like if a guy slaps a girl, like, yeah, she could slap back. But I do think that if you are like a big muscly guy and you could easily tear this person apart, I don't think that you should react with a more intense reaction. Like, I don't think if someone slaps you that you should break their arm. I stand by that.
Well, it's
I
proportionate force per opponent. Like,
Yes,
that's the thing.
I
Like,
think
it's
that
like
if for example a lady comes up and slaps you and you slap her back,
oh,
that is
I
100%
wish you
valid.
fucking would.
Yeah, but if in that situation, if the woman slaps you and you break her leg, fuck you. That's not okay. Like,
Is
I
she
understand
attacking me to kill me? Is she assaulting me?
If all she has done is slapped you, I think that if you want to slap her, push her back, or restrain her, yes, do that shit, because that will not slide. But if you just go, okay, and like cut her or like open her when you clearly see that she's not trying to, and this can be situational and contextual, of course.
Yeah,
but
because I'll
that
say
is
this right now.
That is my overall stance. On
Then
that.
my stance is if I'm like, okay, like, oh, this is the thing. Like, I wouldn't do that unless, like, if someone just hit me out of nowhere, I'm like, what the fuck? Because first off, I'm just like, who the fuck are you? But if like some woman is like actually trying to physically
if she
assault
has a
me-
weapon, that is different. If
Oh
she
no,
has a
she's
weapon,
trying to just
that is-
physically assault me. Because the thing is,
Yeah.
like, I train with like in MMA class. Like, I remember I had like this whole thing back in the day where I didn't want to do this because like I was
should
like,
use
I don't want to.
necessary
Yeah, I don't.
force.
Yeah, I was just like, I
Necessary
don't feel
force.
right to fight this girl. And she was like, oh, you don't feel right to fight a girl, and she like did all this shit and like whooped my ass. And I was like, she's a really great friend of mine. Love her to death. Hey Kelly, if you're
Yeah.
listening to this, love you. All right, you're freaking awesome. Keep kicking ass out there. But like, no, it
Yeah.
was just that whole thing of just like, okay, my thing is you come at me, then okay, that's you relinquish your safety in a certain sense, like not in the sense of like, okay, like for instance, like let's say, I spilled something on someone's dress by accident, like, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. She slaps me, it's just like, okay, yeah, that was kind of my bad or something like that. But some woman's just like being a dick for no reason, like it just like, okay, like insulting me, like look at this fucking guy right here. It's just like, excuse me, I'm just trying to walk away, and then like they were like following me, and then they like hit me. I don't get, I'm sorry, I like, again, this is my whole thing, like if you attack me, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm not gonna like go and like Chris Brown harass or something like that, but I will like just be like, no, or something like that, because like they're just
that's literally what I said.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm not gonna let you know. Because the thing is, like, sometimes if people will get like overly confident in the thing of like, oh, well, if he hits me, this whole room's gonna be on my side, right? And it's just like, okay, like, because there was this video of like this woman slapping a guy, and then like he slapped her back, and then these 5 people come on. Like, I'm gonna say this: if you 5 motherfuckers come at me, your asses are all touching the ground. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a damn. All right, because like that is, I have this whole thing.
Everything that you're
like,
saying, I don't.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm saying
in
like
the
you
camp
fucking
of
anyone touch me.
Necessary force, because for example,
I will
police, if they're policemen, that if a guy like does something small that is, yes, not okay, but then the policeman shoots him, fuck that police guy. Like that's not okay. Like, so in the same situation of like someone coming and slapping someone, like I do believe like, you know, equivalency, like, you know, if you hit someone, yeah, if you hit them back, that doesn't make you an asshole. But I believe in necessary and equal force. Like, and there's situations where sometimes you can't tell what it is, but if this person doesn't even have a weapon and you go and like you're just like beating them, fuck you. That's my stance. Because there are police that do that.
Yeah, I know.
And that's not okay. and just,
but again, like, I'm gonna say this just from the perspective to people out there, like, all right, if you go and hit like a fucking bear or something like that, don't like just expect like, oh, I'm only gonna get like this back. Like, just realize like what you're getting. I'm saying like if you hit someone, yeah, I'm saying that though. Like if you go hit like someone who's like fucking Mike Tyson the boxer, like don't just expect like, oh, I'm okay now. No, it's just like, all right, you initiated. So just realize that. Like that's the thing like that I don't like when people do, is where like they just go like, okay, well, I'm gonna hit this person, teach them a lesson, and it's just like, okay, you realize they can get you back now. All right, you realize that like you open this floodgate up, and like and whether they do it right, whether it's right or not, it's just like you open the floodgate. Like that's the thing. Like it may not be right, it may not be valid or something like that, but it's just like if they attack you because you attack them. All right, like, sorry, shit happens. Like, that's the thing. Like, that's honestly, I don't agree with it, but I'm saying, like, that's the...
We mostly don't disagree. Like, I feel like you're talking in a way that sounds like you're trying to defend a different stance, but I think we are genuinely agreeing all around. Like, I don't think we disagree. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, in the Mike Tyson situation, I believe that, okay, if a woman goes up and slaps Mike Tyson, he has a right to be like, hey, push her back or slap her back. But if he, again, uses unnecessary force and goes like, hey, fuck you, and like snaps her arm in half, I think that is not okay. Was it okay for her to slap him? No. But I think if you are that strong, there's kind of a responsibility of like, yes, you should stop it. Yes, you can hit her back, but like unnecessary force is never okay.
So this
even
is my
if they're
point.
The instigator, like with the police situation. If there's a robber that's like that slaps you and you take your gun out and shoot them in the head, no, that's not okay. Yes, they started it, but that's not okay. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is this. All right, like this whole thing of like you have to take responsibility for acting, like not this whole thing of like, okay, because the thing is, I'm saying this, there are some people out there, well, it'd be like, okay, it's not right that they went this far, and I will agree with you, like someone just like pummeling someone into the dirt over something like that is not right, but
correct.
I will say that if you went and intentionally hit someone who you knew had this power, that's, again, I'm not like gonna be like, oh shit, why? Because it's just like you went and assaulted this person who had this power. Yeah. Now, you don't know how sane this person is. You don't know how sane, like, that's the thing. Like, there are a lot of people out there that are fucking nuts. So, like, if you went and, like, hit someone and everyone's just like, well, you're an asshole because you broke his leg and did this shit, it's just like, I don't get, I'm fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy, but it's just like, what the fuck? Like, that person, like, it's just, that's what I'm trying to, like, say. That's my whole perspective on the whole thing.
Crazy
like, it's just
people.
Like, and I'm saying, and I'm not saying like just yeah, again, crazy people too. But I'm saying like people
force,
who are
crazy and not okay.
No, I'm saying like what I'm saying is I'm not trying to justify this whole situation, but what I'm saying is to the person who strikes, like there's like some self-responsibility right there on them too. Like that's the whole thing I'm trying to say. Like the whole thing of like, okay, this person is going to be a worse asshole if they break me to pieces. But again, I'm going to look at the person who's just like, why the fuck would you hit this person if you knew they had this potential to do that? Like that's my whole thing right there. I don't agree with what the person did who reciprocated, and I will honestly be the first one to say, okay, they went too far, but I'm not gonna be like, okay, I'm not gonna just like completely look at the person who like did the thing and be like, oh, you're completely like innocent for what you did. It's just like,
they were completely innocent.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, fuck, like to me, it's just, you need to know, like, okay, if you hit someone and they come back to you as hard as fucking possible, that was, you decided to open that floodgate. Like, that's my whole thing right there. You went and like, you don't know if this person was sane or normal or whatever. They had a crazy day. Like, that was the floodgate being opened once you struck them. And I'm not agreeing with what they did. I'm not agreeing with that, but I'm saying, like, that whole notion right there, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay.
Yeah,
just,
I don't
that's
think
a
you should
floodgate.
ever. I don't think you should ever, be physical. That's honestly something that I just don't.
Yeah,
I'm just not there.
It's opening a floodgate.
Like, it's mostly the, I guess, police brutality situations that just really get me mad, because it's because overreacting and over using excessive force is just something that it's one of those things that I'm very passionate.
No, I'm very passionate about it too. Like, again, it's just
Yeah.
like, I'm very passionate about it because, like, I've been on both sides of the
Yeah.
thing because of, like, my anger issues and stuff like that, but also, like, just seeing both sides. And my whole thing about it, like I've said, like, again and again, is just like, okay, let's say the situation, again, calm and stuff like that, but one person decides to slap. It's just like, by doing that, you have opened a floodgate because you do not know what type of person this person is. And I'm not going to just look at you like, oh, well, poor you, because it was just like, you chose to do that. Like, you didn't know what that person, like, you, like, so, like, that's my whole thing. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't think anything that happens after erases the crimes you did, but I do think that the other person is more in the wrong.
Who, the person who did the beating?
Yeah.
Okay,
like,
okay,
I don't think that the person that initiated it is free of their crimes and should not be punished. Of course I don't think that. That would be dumb. That would be stupid. But I do think that the person that overused, or whatever the word is, that used excessive force that was unnecessary, they are more in the wrong than the initiator.
Okay, so that's the part where I'm just like, okay, I can see for a lot of situations, again, because I'm seeing it from my perspective too, for being in that situation, just like, okay, like, they're trying to, like, okay, for example, I'll put it like this, for instance. All right, when I was 16, this guy like was trying to punk me for no fucking reason. It was just like, okay,
He was just
like,
bullying you?
no, he was trying to punk me when I was training and stuff like that. And I was just like, okay, I'm not going to deal with it. I'm just walking away, mind my business. And it was over. And I was walking away. And then he fucking like picked up like a thing and threw it, like a book, and threw it at my head.
Oh, he had a weapon?
No, he picked up like just some random shit and threw it at my head and a mush. And then he laughed. And so I beat the fucking shit out of him. And that's what it's just like, and I overdid it a bit because I thought it was over and shit like that, but it was just like, dude, you fucking unleashed the fucking beast on me. You decide to continue this, and yeah, I did go far, but it's just that, and I agree with the whole police brutality thing of just like, okay, yeah, you shouldn't do that, like, you shouldn't shoot someone like that or something like that. But again, I'm so focused on like, okay, everyone. This is why meditation, I'm so grateful for fucking meditation, because it's such a lifesaver in this situation. It just helps you calm down. But it's just like, this is why I always look at the person who initiates it, because it's just like, all right, like I said with the bear like thing, even though a bear is an animal, like we all know a bear is an animal, like you wouldn't just go fucking slap an animal in the face. You don't know what type of person that is. And if you take that and they unleash on you in whatever way, it's just like, sorry, I mean, shit, like, you shouldn't have done that.
The context too of like, if the initiator is like there can be a lot of contextual stuff that can make me be like, oh wow, that poor person. But there's most of the time I'm just like, why would that initiator be an asshole? Like, obviously we agree, but I think maybe I don't know if you understand, I guess, what I'm saying, or
no,
whatever,
I understand. So do you understand what I'm saying too?
Yeah. I
okay.
think
So
I
like
do.
we both like
yeah.
at our like an impasse of what we're saying, because like I see what you're saying of just like, okay, if someone initiates and slaps, like you don't forgive them for what they did, but the
Yeah,
person
fuck
who
them.
like did the shit is like, okay, they're in the wrong. And for me, I'm just on the side of just like, well, you shouldn't have hit them in the first place, because like that you didn't know what type of person they are, and they just did whatever they were going to do.
Yeah,
Now,
I
I'm
never
not-
said that they should have hit him in the first
No,
place.
you
Of
know,
course not.
exactly. I'm not saying that.
I
I'm
would
saying
never defend that. Yeah.
no, I'm saying like no, like I'm saying is if the person attacked, like to me, my whole thing is, I guess, is very much like a don't like I said earlier in this podcast, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Okay, don't start nothing, won't be nothing.
Yeah.
If someone does something and then you finish it, then that's my whatever. Like I'm like on the okay, they did that to you, man. You do your shit. Like that's my whole philosophy on. Do I agree with it? No, I do not. I do not agree with like police shooting poor people for whatever reason, overreacting. I don't agree with like someone like Chris Brown and a girl or something like that. But I'm saying like
Yeah.
if they did it, I can see like the whole like, okay, you shouldn't have struck this person. You didn't know how they were stable wise. Like that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Like, and there's lots of different situations where different outcomes can happen. I guess from what I've seen over the years, I've gotten a more solid stance on stuff like that, especially when you see that life isn't as gray as person slaps person, other person does this. There's a lot of nuances to it, but it's, I guess, the police things that make it more black and white for me, literally and figuratively. When racism and xenophobia and fucking homophobia are involved too, and just because I'm not the type of person that, man, we're getting super political on this episode, guys, because I'm not the type of person that when the whole punch the Nazi stuff was going around, like, I am not a puncher. I can see both sides of someone being like, we should never resort to violence, but I can also see if someone wanted to go punch a motherfucking Nazi that's threatening the lives of people, I can also support that. So I'm in a very, like, gray place with stuff like that, because would I ever punch someone for words that they said? No, because I'm not that makes me a better person. That's just genuinely something that I don't think I could bring myself to do. But if I saw someone react that way, would there be a side of me that agrees with them? Yes. I've been in that situation where I've agreed with, yeah, punch that motherfucker. Like, I'm not perfect. Like, I've felt that way before. And so nowadays I've really tried thinking about my stance with stuff like that. And when it comes to like the self-defense stuff, and just it really just boils down to, I think that the strongest people to me, which are a lot of the anime characters that I guess I look up to, are the people that have strength. They know that they could murder a motherfucker, but they use that strength to not exact some kind of revenge, but to get this person down. They use it to get this person to stop in a way that requires the least amount of violent reaction. Because sometimes a violent reaction is necessary, but it's when you take it to that next level that, for me, I've never. That's the thing that I've found myself thinking the most about recently, is like, equal and opposite reactions, and just and I'm still thinking about that to this day. There's still things that I struggle with when it comes to those philosophies, because there's so many different types of people in the world that live vastly different lives than me. I'm very privileged to not have to be in situations where I'm fighting for my life. There are people that are living that way, and it's terrible. And yeah, we're getting very dark on this episode, but it's real. It's how the world works, and I think it's important to educate yourself and figure out the kind of person you want to be when those situations happen. And there's nothing wrong with being strong and standing your ground, but just keeping your heart on your sleeve if you can, to be strong in the real way, like Steven Universe says, I guess.
Huh?
Man, getting really dark today, guys. I'm really
Yeah.
sorry about that, but yeah, welcome to the Weird Flex But Okay podcast, where we haven't had an episode like that where we talked about really dark shit in a while. I think the last time we did was when me and you were talking about how you like to go with your friends and just fight in a field or something.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just
'Cause,
go
like,
get it out.
Because like there really are just like different types of people that do things
Yeah.
differently, and sometimes there might be people that you meet where you truly don't understand some of the things that they do, but it might not necessarily mean that it's wrong or that it's right. But some people live very different lives than you, and doing your best to try to understand that can also be very important.
Mm-hmm.
But bottom line, if someone is at the gym looking at you, you just do your shit. And if they try to take it to the next level, just
Poison them.
poison them, murder them all,
Yes.
because that is equivalent exchange.
Yes.
You should kill them all and their
Yes.
family and their daughter.
Mm.
You should stab them.
Exactly.
That's the Katie way. Quote me on that. If anyone's
Yes.
an asshole, you should be gay, do crimes.
Exactly.
That's
Hurt
how you
them
should
all.
live. Destroy their families.
Everyone deserves it.
Well,
Everyone.
all right. I think we made a podcast, Jordan. I
Yeah.
think we did it.
Yeah. We did.
So where can they find you?
Jax Blade Fitness, Twitter. Jax Blade everywhere else.
Yay! And you can find me at Connie Day Official, KANIDAY Official, on everywhere, and on Kruby Productions and Dr. Crafty. And you can find us at Weird Flex But Okay Podcast on Patreon and on Twitter at Weird Flex Pod. You can email us at weirdflexbutokaypodcast@gmail.com, where you can ask us questions or respond to these questions, or heck, really, we'd love if you tweeted at us. Like,
Yeah,
if you have
tweet
answers or thoughts, like, tweet them at us, and
Yeah,
we'll
tweet it.
probably like quote tweet it with like answers and shit, like,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm always looking at the Twitter, so.
Yeah. Weird Flex Pod. Remember that.
Yay! Well, all right. Dark episode, but also wholesome. Like, we had some good shit and we had like
Yeah.
some deep shit, and I hope that you guys enjoyed that. Like our anonymous emailer said earlier, sometimes we get a little real on here.
Yeah,
and
we do.
We hope that is cool for you guys, because we've been keeping it real from day one, and we hope that you guys will also think about stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
have a good day, everybody. Jordan, say something funny.
Hey, have a good one. And remember that if you get stronger, you can crush your enemies and let them bleed before you, and it'll be amazing and hilarious. But don't
yeah.
worry, remember, you're
All
a
right.
good person. Be
Goodbye,
a good
everybody.
person.